live trading room. So we are running a couple of swing trades at the moment, and they're around about their entry points. And so I just want to show you exactly what it is that we're doing. So I'm looking at chart here of the dollar against the Swiss franc. Now this particular opportunity has set up on the liftoff 3.0 trading strategy that we use here at Master the Markets. Now this particular trading strategy, actually we do actually teach a variation of at our 2-day workshop, Traders Basecamp, which is a superb opportunity for you to come through and interact with us all here and be with us in person. So that's what the environment that we teach all of this in a lot more detail. I'm going to start by looking at this dollar Swiss. So we are short on the dollar Swiss on the liftoff 3.0 trading strategy. It involves the 3 moving averages as well as the smart money indicator, as well as the key price action patterns as well. One other thing that you will note as well, anytime that we are at the Master the Markets webinar, seminar, any kind of event that we're running, there are no indicators used at all. So everything that we're doing here at Master the Markets is pure price action based. We're pure price traders. We don't trade using any other type of indicators, or there's nothing at all there. If you look on my screen, you'll see just the ATR. The ATR, of course, is a range indicator, which basically gives you an average true range of the market by way of the range of the bars. In fact, I don't actually need it. It's just a little aid to give me a understanding that the range of the bars is actually just getting smaller. But actually, to be honest, we can see that visually as well. So no indicators are used here. This is pure price action trading. At the last round the clock trader live, where we gave a talk, where we give 3 talks actually between myself and Thiru, we had other speakers come up to us and shake our hands because they were shocked that we were able to trade pure price. And you know, that was quite a big thing in their world. So this is exactly what we do. We trade pure price, and that's the way we approach the market. Now, I am going to be giving out some levels very shortly on these trades that we're taking. I'm short on the dollar Swiss at the moment. And what I'm going to be doing as well is throughout the next 2 to 3 days managing the opportunities as well. So we may adjust things like the trailing stop, we may review the target, and other bits like that. And if you'd like to be able to tune in and gain access with no cost whatsoever to those updates, we have a really great WhatsApp broadcast list which we use to be able to do that. So if you would like to get access to that, then of course you're able to do so by just following a couple of key instructions which we have actually put together here. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy those into the chat box for you so you can actually see exactly what to do there. So there we go, we've sent that to everyone just there. So you're going to need to do a couple of key things. You're just going to need to, let me put that into the chat box, actually will make it a lot easier for me too. There we go. Right. So these are the steps that you're going to need to follow in order to be able to follow our live updates. Should you wish to gain access to the live updates, we like to manage the trades. We don't just give the entry opportunities. So it's important once we're in a trade, we know how it's going to be managed, so you can see exactly how we manage the trade, how we take profit, how we minimize loss, and the whole way throughout. So that's going to be the idea just there. So I've put that together. Let's go ahead and open up the journal. Let's have a look at what we've done on dollar Swiss. So first of all, if we look at the dollar against the Swiss franc, we've got a couple of clear things that we can see very visually. First of all, it's in a downtrend. Now that's an important aspect because we're going to trade in line with the trend on this particular trading strategy, which is the liftoff 2.0. Also, on top of that, you've got a confirmed swing low. You can see that just there. Now, these arrows are all denoted by the smart money indicator. This is a pure price action based indicator. I could take this indicator off the screen and draw the exact location of those swing highs and lows using the mathematical algorithm that this is formulated. We formulated this indicator actually just to aid our customers with what they're doing. But this is a pure price action based indicator. The most lucrative indicator in its category by way of open equity. If you look at the distance from point to point of where the swing highs and lows are drawn out, this is the best indicator in the space. It has no redraws. It's a superb tool, and we use it in every single trading strategy that we've built here at Master the Markets. So that's the first part. So it's got a downtrend. We've got a confirmed swing low. If you've got a confirmed swing low, we're now looking for a confirmed swing high, and that's the reason we're trading this short this morning. So we are currently short on the dollar Swiss, and I'm going to put in the levels into the chat box just here. So you've got your entry, which is 0.9724. So we're short on the dollar Swiss from 0.9724. Our stop is currently at 0.9770, and our take profit is at 0.9612. So I'm just going to make a note of this in the chat box there for you, so you've got access to that. So that's the entry, stop, and the take profit on the dollar Swiss. So you can see the profit that we're targeting is for the last swing low. That's currently where we're looking to get out. And we're looking for the price to move, push down, and take us towards our last swing low. Now, why is it we're doing that? It's because we know everything by way of exact probability. Everything that we do here is mathematically based, it's probability based. It's very simple to understand and very simple to execute. It leaves no room for doubt at all, this form of trading. This form of trading is the best out there simply because it has no room for discretion. Normally, if you trade a discretionary system, it's very difficult to teach someone else. They can't reproduce it. What we're looking to do here is build profitable traders through our two-day trading workshops like the Traders Base Camp with reproducible and scalable systems. To do that, we need to teach quantified methodologies, which is one of the trading strategies we've built here, the Liftoff 2.0, does perfectly. So take a look at this. We're short on the dollar Swiss from this level here. This was our entry. We took this last night in our live trading room. 9724 is the entry level. Our stop above the high of this bar just here, and our take profit is on the low here. Now, you may ask the question why the take profit is where it is on that last swing low. Why do you think we've put the take profit on this swing low? What do you think is the reason for that? Let's get a little bit of audience interaction happening. Yeah, so the normal types of answers I get when I ask a question like this are just that. It's key support, it's where price has been previously. Still cliche answers. I mean, so what if it's support? So what if it's the price has been there? What does that really mean? I can tell you everything that we're doing here is probability based. So I know, for example, that there's an exact 40% probability that the price is going to reach and break this level just here. There's a 40% probability of that happening. Now, the fact that the trend is also on our side as well, the fact that we've got a key reversal signal that's already set up here, moving averages are in the right order, confirmed swing low, these probabilities then start to increase. So we start with a base level probability of 40%, and there's a 40% chance that swing low is going to be broken, and that's a fact. And this is measured. Everything that we're doing here is research based. It's our own research which we're applying into the market, which you get to see in real time. So this is why our target is where it is. So I've given you one of the key levels there for the dollar against the Swiss franc. So that's exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for an opportunity short there. I've also got another opportunity running on another strategy. So the first strategy that we traded was called the Liftoff. The liftoff 3.0 is the first strategy that we have. The second strategy that we have is called the dynamic breakout. Last night in the live trading room, there were no new dynamic breakout opportunities. So there was nothing for us to do on that one. The third strategy of the evening is the money bars strategy, where there were some money bars strategy setups. They didn't actually tie in with our all of our parameters and criteria, and so we haven't taken the money bars opportunities that we would have normally into yesterday. So there's nothing for us to do on the money bar strategy there. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the profit turning point strategy. So the profit turning point strategy is the one we're going to look at next. So profit turning point strategy, you can see just here, we are looking at this currency here, the Euro US dollar, giving us and looking to give us a profit turning point opportunity. The reason that this has satisfied the criteria for another trade is very similar to the dollar Swiss. However, we're not really looking at the moving averages in this particular strategy. This particular strategy that we're trading, the profit turning point, is not relevant by way of the actual moving averages. So that's actually not relevant for us. What I'm looking at here for the profit turning points actually is price action patterns. So we're actually looking for an opportunity to see a new swing low formulating in the market just here. So I'm actually looking for an opportunity to get a new swing low formulating in the market here. So you can see that this is what I want to happen. I want the price to extend on higher and confirm this new swing low. Now you can see that that hasn't happened yet, but that's why we're getting into the trade early with an expectation of that happening over the next few days. So the reason for the profit turning point strategy, again, multiple reasons. There's a lot to do with this two-bar pattern setup. This two-bar pattern setup we call the primary pattern. Also, in addition to that, it's got multiple criteria. There are 11 criteria actually that we look for a profit turning point strategy, and it's satisfying all 11 of them, and that's the reason we're taking this trade opportunity. So we have been, we've gotten involved long just here on the market yesterday. I've entered on the close of the bar. I'm just going to look at our journal that we use in the live trading room. And we also give you a copy of when you come to the Traders Basecamp 2-day workshop. And you can see that the entry that we're using just here is, let's have a quick look. I've lost my chat box. Not to worry. Let me just find that there. There it is. Great. Okay, so I'm also looking at this opportunity here on the euro dollar. This is actually pulled back, which is perfect for us. So euro US dollar. This is the profit turning point strategy. We call it PTP for short. The entry into this trade is 1.1170. The stop loss is 1.1124, and the take profit is 1.11233. So I've actually dropped that into the chat box there for you to do your analysis on. So this is what we've done long yesterday. So we are currently, in fact, apologies, there we go. Yes, that is correct. Okay, brilliant. So that's the profit turning point setup that we've taken this morning here on the Euro US dollar. And that's exactly correct. I've got it just there. So we entered the market at 1.1170. Our stop is currently at 1.1124 and our target 1.1233. So again, mathematically based, probability based. Currently we're on that trading opportunity. We're down around 9 pips. It has pulled back inside of its entry opportunity. If you would like to see us manage this trading opportunity, then of course you're able to do that, and we will be managing these opportunities in our WhatsApp group. So if you would like to get updates to that, there's two key things that you need to do at this stage. The first one is to, of course, go ahead and type in, add the Master the Market WhatsApp broadcast number to your phone book. That's step one. And then, of course, step two is to send us a message in this chat box with your name and number, so we're able to get our team on the back end to add you to our broadcast list just there. So if you'd like to gain the updates of what we're going to be doing with these trades moving forward, I will be updating how these trades progress and what we do by way of trade management later on into the day. So if you'd like to receive those updates, we will be putting them into the box just there. In the meantime, I'm going to just move over to just give a short introduction about myself, and I have a couple more trade opportunities after that that we can assess, which are not yet triggered, and so we can have a look for those as well into this morning. Let's go over to my presentation. Okay, great. So my name is Rishi Patel. As I've already introduced myself, I am the co-founder of Master the Markets, the Elite Traders Conference, and the Traders Open Day. And of course, this is an important risk disclaimer to let you know that trading on margin does carry a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you, and all the information provided here is for educational purposes only. Vedanta Trading Limited and the presenter are not financial advisors and do not recommend any of the securities of any kind. Any securities that are mentioned are cited only for illustrative and educational purposes. You should, of course, be aware of all the risks associated with foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. As I said already, if you want to get the trading updates, add the WhatsApp number to your phone book, and then, of course, send us across a message. My background, of course, in computer science didn't work out for me, so I opened a business in video production in the space of the video and filmmaking industry. Didn't really work out too well for me either in the 2008 recession, and that's when I started to trade the market, and that's what I've been doing professionally since 2009. As I started to make more money than I was making. Well, I started to make more money in 15 minutes a day than I was in a complete day of my full-time video business. So I actually switched over from video production over to trading the market live, and of course, which I've enjoyed very much. And so hence, of course, I'm a trader now today, since trading professionally since 2009 through 2017 now. So we've got around 8 years of experience behind us in this space. And that's between myself and Tiru, that's 16 years. And then, of course, when we integrate our senior mentors who we've worked with, such as Mark Brown, who you'll see just here. Mark Brown is, of course, a senior quant trader, 40 years plus of experience, headed up a project called the X-Files Project, funded with well over 10 million US. And so we're very fortunate to be mentored by him and have the core understanding and the knowledge, belief sets, and key probabilities of price action patterns, all from his projects that he has done. And so we have, of course, leveraged on the space of professionals. Very important for us. Here he is at our Elite Traders Conference in 2013. I'm also an international speaker, spoken on stages all across the world. This is me speaking at the Easy Forex Conference in Guangzhou in China, just there. And of course, this is our new website. Check it out at masterthemarkets.net. This is Tiru, who's the founder of the business as well. Just there. So that's a little bit about myself. What I want to do now is really just tell you a little bit about what I'd like to cover today. And so we will transition straight over to that. I should also let you know that this is an interactive presentation, so you have an opportunity to win some great prizes. We'll be giving away a Traders Essentials kit at a 50% discount, which of course includes a free ticket to our 2-day Traders Basecamp workshop, and that's going to be for intermediates and people that are trading the markets and not getting the results that they want, not getting consistency. We'll teach you in a 2-day environment. You're surrounded by other like-minded professionals. how you can systematically approach this with a mathematical probability-based backing. And if you win a Trade Essential, if you win a prize, of course, you'll get a 50% discount voucher for the TE kit, and on purchasing that, you get a free ticket to the 2-day Traders Basecamp workshop. So in this presentation, we're going to be doing some live trading in real time and show you the current performances as well for the Money Bars trading strategy. So we're going to go over to that. I'm going to do a quick interactive prize now at this stage, just to make sure everyone's been awake and to give you all an opportunity to win a great little prize just here. So here is the question. Here are the rules as well. So we're playing a game. Every game has some rules to it. We call this the gift of now, an interactive exercise. And the first question of the morning is this: for a chance to win, as I said earlier, the 50% discount, the Traders Essentials kit, which includes a free ticket to Traders Basecamp. This is the question that we're asking. Name 2 out of the 4 strategies that we trade in the Master the Markets live trading room. Name 2 out of the 4 strategies that we trade in the Master the Markets live trading room. I'll give you about a minute or so to get your answers in the box. The first answer only will qualify for the prize. So do answer quickly, and let's see if you have an opportunity to win a prize just there. Okay, so quite a few answers coming in just there, which is quite interesting. So what we'll look to do is, of course, we'll wade through that, and one of my team will get in touch with you to let you know you've won, and they'll send you across a private message. So be on the lookout for that. If you have indeed got the answer correct, one of the guys will get in touch with you just there. Let's move on. In the meantime, just there. Great. So there is a key problem in the trading space, which we've identified over the time we've been coaching, mentoring well over 20,000 people in this space. How we approach the financial markets, how we do it in a systematic, methodological, quantified way. There has been a very key way of actually approaching this, and we will see very shortly how we actually do that. But first of all, before we explain what the issue is, it'll be better to what we found as a solution. It will be better to understand what the problem is, and I can tell you what the problem is very clearly. So we find that most traders in this space that we've come across in the 9 years we've been involved in the markets now, between myself and Tiru each, We've mentored, we've coached well over 10,000 people each. There's 20,000 people in total in the live space. We've done that through live trading seminars. We've done it through live in-person classroom-based workshops. And we've mentored and worked with these people, and we've found a common psychology. Most people that we speak to, and that's plus upwards of 99%, don't know why they're trading a particular trading strategy and what its concept and objective is. They also don't know when to stop trading it and when it stops working. They've got no quantified cutoff point for it. And also, they don't know when to change its parameters. And most traders will actually start trading a strategy without having any of that backing knowledge at all, and without any key results. And what happens as a result of doing all of this is traders start to trade the market. They get some degree of success in the beginning. They do get some success, and that's all due to what we call unconscious incompetence, where you don't really know what you don't know. So you enter the space quite new, and that's why that results in gaining some kind of profitability. That leads to then the market is actually very clever, because then it gives you a false sense of reality. And that's when people start to become very confident, and that's when they start to lose money and start to break even. They can never really get any consistent, sustainable profitability. Just never happens. And as a result of that, most traders are trading inconsistent parameters. Their execution is inconsistent. When I say inconsistent parameters, what I mean are things like any kind of, if you look at any trader, so you're going to see lots of traders throughout today. For those of you that are tuning in for the next couple of hours, you see lots of traders throughout today. You know, one of the things that you can ask them is, do you use any single set of parameters consistently? And what's the result of using those parameters over a 20-trade period? And it will be very interesting to see how many of the traders can actually answer that, because not a lot of people that I've come across are able to trade a consistent set of parameters. First of all, people guess where swing highs and swing lows are. They don't even have a quantified mathematical way of measuring it. As a result of all of that, when your base level parameters are inconsistent, naturally your execution is going to become consistent as well. Even if it's going to become inconsistent as well. Even if you have consistent execution, but you have inconsistent parameters, you're still not going to get the results that you want, because your execution, even though it's consistent, will still be useless. That leads to an invalid set of statistics. Your stats at the end of your trading, they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you whether you're going to end up making a net profit on that system, how your system is really performing, what its drawdown really is. You won't know any of that key vital data. If you don't know any of that, then you're just going to deliver an inconsistent set of results. Now note, in the first 3 boxes that I showed you here, inconsistent parameters, inconsistent execution, invalid statistics, I didn't talk about the results, because the results only come at the end. You get inconsistent results only when you use this setup. And so what you really need to do is use a consistent set of parameters. And Liftoff 1.0 was like that. Because the Liftoff 1.0, I've shown you a strange setup today for the Liftoff 3.0. Now, because the Liftoff 1.0 was like that, we were able to identify where its largest drawdowns were. And then we were able to understand in forward testing when and how it exceeded those drawdowns. So we basically knew at any given time what the maximum amount we could afford to lose on that particular setup would have been. So we knew, for example, that on the Liftoff 1.0, which is the first variation of this trade strategy that we ever constructed, the maximum, what we call a peak to valley drawdown, was 4.53% over a 2-month period. So when in real time this is broken, then that's an opportunity for us to either stop trading strategy, reduce the risk, and ask the question, what's going on here? So understanding the max peak to valley drawdown is very important, because it's a key statistic that you need in order to be able to understand and gain more conviction in your strategy, more clarity in your strategy. And these are things that you will want, because without this key knowledge like this, and the max peak to valley drawdown is just one aspect of what we cover at the 2-day Traders Basecamp workshop, which of course you can win a prize for in this session just here. So you can know that, and you can appreciate that. And so the max peak to valley drawdown is the maximum loss from a peak to a trough on an equity curve. First of all, most traders that I've come across, they don't even keep equity curves. And again, it's a good question to ask other traders that you come across. You can ask them to show you an equity curve of their real-time trading results. So what I'm showing you here is an equity curve of the real-time trading results for the liftoff 1.0. This is actually what it really achieved. And if you can have your equity curve, then you can understand what your max peak to valley drawdown is, which is the maximum loss from a peak to a trough on an equity curve before a new peak is attained. So it's a very, very important very important definition to understand of what we mean by peak to valley drawdown. Leads us on to another opportunity to win a fantastic prize, which is a Traders Essentials Kit 50% discount voucher. And as well as that, it is, of course, an opportunity to win a prize to a workshop as well, with a free ticket to the 2-year Traders Basecamp workshop. You will get all of the understandings of how we built these strategies, how they're sustainable for the long term by way of profitability in this workshop. We'll also teach some strategies as well. This is an intermediate to advanced workshop. Do note that is very important. We will not be covering sort of the beginner concepts in a lot of depth over here. If you've got some trading knowledge already and want to enhance what you're doing, this is the right place to be, this 2-day training workshop. So it's Traders Basecamp. It's the opportunity to win. It's going to be the first answer to come in correctly will win. And the question is, what do inconsistent parameters and inconsistent execution finally lead to? What do inconsistent parameters and inconsistent execution finally lead to? I'm going to give you about a minute or so, put myself on mute to answer the question, and then we'll resume on from there. Okay, so well done in that case to Mr. Kapadia. You've actually got the answer correct, and you've done it in the shortest space of time as well. Both criteria satisfied. Well done. It's normally difficult to win prizes here in the Round the Clock Trader because of the significant number of answers that do come in when we do run a competition like this. But you, however, sir, have won. You have not only answered the question correctly, but you have also given it in the shortest space of time as well. So well done to you, sir. What you now can do is send us across a little message with your name, your number, and as well an email address, and we will send you the information on how to claim the prize. We get your information across to our shipping warehouse to get that sent out to you. So please send your name, number, and email address there, sir, and just sent you across a message to confirm. And well done to you. That's excellent work, and we're going to continue on with the presentation. So basically, what do we need to know differently? What do we need to do differently to be able to obtain a consistent set of results? Well, first of all, we need a concept and objective. So what is the concept and objective of the liftoff strategy? So the liftoff 3.0 trading strategy has a concept of capturing, has an objective of capturing 70% of the phase one move after the market. The whole point is that the market looks to accumulate, and also then it looks to consolidate, and then it looks to break out, and we're looking to capture that key breakout. That's the whole concept behind it. And the accumulation and profit release, of course, is the concept on which this is also based. When do we know if it stops working? When it'll exceed a certain drawdown. So if it exceeds a more than 4.53% loss over a 3-month period, then we will be able to cut it off. So when we exceed the max peak to value drawdown. And that's what, when we know this, for all of the trading strategies that we know, one of the other things I want to show you now is also how the trading strategy performs on the money bars strategy that we have here in the Master of the Markets trading room. So the money bars trading strategy is actually something that we put together just yesterday, and I have to give credit to compiling this data to actually one of our course graduates. So superb guy, his name's Per, and he's absolutely brilliant. He's put this together for us to be able to show you today what the results look like on the money bars trading strategies. He compiled the results over 5 currencies over 2.5 years, from 2015 through 17. These are all of the opportunities that have taken place on the money bars trading strategy. And if you look from the 6th of February 15 all the way through to just now, these are all of the setups that we've taken, and the net result on just the pound dollar is 1,164 pips. So 1,164 pips was obtained over 22 trades just there, representing 8.9% if you trade by way of percent. So the money bars strategy on just the pound dollar on 22 trades has yielded that. And then if you look at the euro dollar, again you'll see a similar period over 24 trades this time. What has the market given us? It's given us 1,453 pips, or 19.29% upside this time around. And if you look carefully, you'll see one of the key things that we've obtained here on the liftoff, on this money bar strategy, is the fact that we have actually got very few losing trades. We're able to make the system a high reliability system. It has very few losing trades because it knows how to pick out the turning points. So there's 75% reliability here on the euro US dollar. So while there are only 24 trades over the 2.5 year period, that's plenty of trades to take over 2.5 years, especially when it's just one currency. We're getting a 1,453 pip upside with a 75% reliability. Now, this is not the important part. The important part is understanding here that, first of all, these trades are all taken according to a systematic, quantified backtesting procedure, which then means that if I were to reproduce these results in real time, we could easily reproduce this without having any doubt exactly where we should and shouldn't be getting into the market. So this is a really important thing to understand here at the Master Markets live trading room, because everything we need to do here needs to be reproduced and scaled. That's what's important. So reproducing and scaling the profits is what is important just there, and that's what we're looking to achieve, of course, over the period of time where we are looking to get some traction here. So we will go ahead and move on. But that's the important thing to understand is how the money bar strategy performs, not just by way of how much profitable upside it gives us, but also what is the maximum drawdown peak to valley again of the strategy. You can see the dollar Swiss here doesn't perform as well on the money bar strategy. Over the 2.5-year period, only gives us 288 pips of upside profit. The dollar Japanese yen also doesn't perform as well, 724 pips. But of course, we're looking to add all of these together, and that's the key thing just here. So you can see the dollar yen, of course, has a much larger peak to valley drawdown. You can see some of the drawdowns here are a lot larger. So you have to give away 405 pips in order to be able to get the preceding 577. And that's what's important about this particular trade strategy. So you need to understand what is it, my drawdown is, where will I cut the trade off. If you don't know what your drawdown is, after you take a trade, 2 or 3 trades according to your strategy, you'll then cut it off because you're too scared to take the future trades, which you can then see yield a better net profit. This is what you've got to understand. If you don't understand this, then you shouldn't be trading because you're quite literally wasting your time, and what you're doing is you're lining the pockets of professionals like those of us that are trading in the Master Markets live trading, attended Traders Basecamp workshops. Understand the psychology of market makers, how they build the markets so that we can capitalize on that upside. And of course, that's what we teach people how to do on a professional basis. So that's the whole key just there. Let's then move on as well just here, and I wonder if there is another interactive exercise, and there is. So we have an interactive exercise, the final one of the session. So there's a last chance to win a prize, and there's so many of you taking part here with these exercises. You can win. Don't think that it's too impossible not to get in there. You have to put your answer in the quickest space of time, just like the last prize winner did. So what you're going to need to do here is same thing again. Fastest answer first will actually win the prize. And the question is, did we take more or less trades in the liftoff 2.0? So was it more or less trades that we actually took in the liftoff 2.0? Can only be one of the two answers. It's either going to be more or less. And we'll look to see which of the answers are going to come in the fastest. And there are many answers coming in. Thank you for the interaction. I'm just going to put myself on mute for a minute while we look over who is coming earliest. Okay, excellent. So we have quite a few winners just there that are proceeding on. So we're going to contact you for only the ones that has come in the earliest. My team is going to look over and send a quick message to you. You're going to be asked to send over your name, email, and contact number if you are so contacted. So please do that, and we will, of course, go ahead and reach out to you just there. So good. We will take it from there. So that's pretty much drawing me to a close of my presentation today. I've shown you some live trades that we've taken in the market in real time. We've also taken those trades today. The levels are there. We're going to be managing them on a WhatsApp group that we have. I've shown you how we build quantified parameters for our trading strategies, how we actually use a model which is reproducible and scalable, because we're using things like the smart money indicator. We're using things like the price action patterns, pure price action patterns. That's it. That's what we're using just there. And we're also using ways in which you'll know if your strategy is underperforming. We'll teach you how you know your strategy is underperforming, when to cut it off, because that's very important. And also what you can do to maximize your upside as well. Also showing you the results for the money bars trading strategy, which we're running here in the Master Markets live trading room as well. So pretty much draws me to the end of my presentation this morning, and it gives me an opportunity to hand back over to our host for the day. That's Simon Campbell, and I thank you very much for the opportunity to take part. If you would like to pick up a Traders Essentials kit, which is of course where you can find all of the tools that I'm using to trade the market professionally, live, real time, then of course you are welcome to do that. You need to click onto the website, which is tradersessentialskit.co.uk. I'll send that all to you just there. In fact, that's not going to be a working link, so here we go. Give that another bash. There it is, just there. You click onto that, you can actually get access to the entire set of tools just there for the Traders Essentials kit online, and you can pick up a copy just there. So that's pretty much it. The answer to the last question, a couple of people are asking, I didn't mention, yes, the answer to the last question was we took less trades on the liftoff 2.0. Less trades to achieve more of an upside was what we had just there. So congratulations to all the prize winners and everyone we've contacted today. We look forward to speaking to you all very soon. If you are not already following our YouTube channel, we have a great YouTube channel which we're constantly publishing live trading videos of our activities. You can click onto the link just there and join that. So that's pretty much it from me. Handing back to Simon now and saying thank you very much.
Okay, Rishi, thank you very much indeed for that, getting us started today around the clock. One more question from Richard. Says, did you mention a few trades that you were interested in but haven't yet accepted? Any comment on that?
Yes, I mean there are a couple of trades setting up, but again, they haven't fulfilled all of the parameters just yet. So if you want to get involved and understand when they do set up and how they do, then and where the entry, stop, and target is going to be, we're going to publish all of that across the WhatsApp group over today. So if you're not already a part of that, then you can get access to that just by following the instructions I've already put above. But as of this point, right now at 9 a.m. Those are not setting up the way that we need them to for us to get an opportunity. Very good chance it could happen a little later on into this morning, and we'll publish those opportunities on our broadcast list.
That's right. Okay, fantastic. Rishi, thank you very much indeed. We'll speak to you again hopefully soon.